Here we have the typical American high school cafeteria, where a delicious and nutritious lunch is being served to some typical American students.
Dude, what is this?
We'd have to ask our biology teacher about that, man.
We have placed a special operative undercover on a very special mission to help you understand that as citizens of this great experiment we call the United States of America, you rule.
No, I'm just gonna have a salad, dude.
What? Man, I worked all morning on this.
Ooh. Sorry, lunch lady.
Dude, I'm a dude. Yeah. Hey, let me ask you a question. Come on back here for a second. Come back here. Come on. What do you know about representative democracy? You know, a government by the people, for the people, a republic.
You mean like Banana Republic?
Do you even know what I'm talking about?
No, dude, I just want a salad.
I'm sure you do, but this is important, children. The future of our nation is at stake. Check the film.
Everything you wanted to know about representative democracy in America. Here in the United States, we enjoy a system of government based on representative democracy. That means government at all levels, federal, state, and local, is run by people that we elect to represent our interests. On June 21, 1788, the U.S. Constitution was ratified, establishing what would become the representative democracy that we enjoy today. While for its time it was a dramatically new way to approach the governance of a nation, its definition of representation was lacking by today's standards. Only white male property owners were able to vote, which meant that the poor, women, and minority groups were excluded from the democratic process. Over time, and through the rights granted citizens by the Constitution, the right to vote has been extended to most of the adult population. Today, most citizens over the age of 18 freely elect officials to Congress and state legislatures, as well as city and county governments. These representatives create the laws and solve the problems that affect our daily lives as American citizens.
What was that?
Yeah, was that movie like 100 years old? I don't think it was even in stereo.
Yeah, did you see that? It's like all scratchy and stuff. Sorry, dude, but the music was awful.
Okay, all right. See how it is. Look, I gotta earn a living. I'm trying to make an educational film, and y'all ain't helping. And you, if you want to hear some better tunes, maybe you ought to make your own film strip. You ever think about that? I mean, I could be off bowling or something right now.
Dude, we have a big test tomorrow, and you know, it really isn't.
I don't mean right this minute. I mean, you guys caught what representative democracy was from the film, which I thought was very educational, if I do say so myself. It means as citizens, we all have a role to play. I mean, this representative democracy is not gonna represent itself.
Oh, come on. Seriously? The government doesn't care what kids think about anything. I mean, I'm not even old enough to vote yet.
And besides, everyone knows that special interest groups have the government wrapped around their fingers.
What? Do you even know what a special interest group is?
I don't know what a special interest group is.
And I bet your little friends don't either. Whose folks are in the union?
My dad's a firefighter.
My mom's a teacher.
Yeah, teacher?
Yeah, my aunt's in the ventriloquist Local 703.
Yeah? See, the union is one type of special interest group. Any group of people who share the same needs can be a special interest group. Doctors, lawyers, teachers, plumbers, even ventriloquists, man. Any group of people. You get it?
Well, I don't get it, but I think we should explore this topic further.
No, I do, man.
What's so special about special interest groups? In democratic governments around the world, there are organizations whose express purpose is to influence political decisions. Some groups, such as medical associations, farmers, or teachers, work to protect the interests of their members. Others work to influence government policies in a specific area, such as the environment, civil liberties, or gun laws. Throughout American history, special interest groups helped to extend important rights to larger sections of the population. Labor unions worked tirelessly throughout the 19th and 20th centuries to improve worker safety and wages. In more recent times, small business owners have formed associations to promote a healthy business climate, and many other groups have stood up for individual rights. They can range in size from small local organizations to large national associations. But competition among these diverse special interest groups means that no single group will always get its way. So while you don't have to appreciate what all special interest groups do, it's important to recognize how valuable special interest groups can be in representing our viewpoints.
Well, what do you think?
Honestly, looks a little bit dated.
Really? Because, well, we could
Anyway,
always...
Bob, I want to talk to you about the state budget you guys are working on. And I want to remind you that we need some new fire trucks. Now, I thought it'd be a good idea if we got the ones that bend in the middle, you know, and are hybrid and have a dog that
Chief.
comes with it.
You know the fire department is always at the top of our list, but frankly, we got a lot of people out there with a lot of different needs and honest.
Hi, Bob. Don't mean to interrupt or anything. Chief, I just wanted to stop by and talk to you about this year's state budget that you're working on.
Could you come back, please?
We're a little busy.
We're busy. I'm getting a new truck.
Not a new truck.
And I'm getting a Dalmatian too this time.
Like I was just telling the chief here, we've got a lot of people right now with a lot of different needs. And
Hi, Bob. Remember me? Linda from the Teachers Union. I just came by because I really wanted to talk about getting some pay raises for our teachers into the state budget this year.
well, Linda, of course I remember you, and let me tell you, education is one of the most important issues we're facing right now. But like I was just telling these guys, we've got a lot of different issues.
Bob, you know the National Restaurant Association could really use your help.
Of course, and
Roads, Bob. Bridges, Bob. On the way over here, I saw a pothole the size of Lake Michigan.
I know, but
An RV could have fallen in there.
You know, Bob, we need cheaper prescription drugs and speed bumps. Lots of them.
well, we've got
Trees, Bob. Whales, Bob.
Better wages for dummies. Dummies are getting burned out there, Bob. That's actually not what we came out here for, Bob.
How are these guys supposed to get anything done with all these people coming to them and asking them for stuff all the time?
Yeah, it's like whenever we get together to order a pizza, by the time we all agree on a topping, we end up just getting a lame old cheese pizza.
Hey, I like cheese pizza.
Exactly. Cheese pizza is better than no pizza. Sometimes you gotta negotiate and compromise in order to get things done.
Yeah, but we're not paying these people to compromise. We're paying them to solve problems, man. I mean, we've got a lot of problems, and all the government does is argue about them.
Everybody agrees about what needs to be fixed, but nothing ever gets done because politicians just can't work together. It's always Democrat this, Republican that. It's like a football game.
You guys are obviously not paying attention to my awesome educational films. I mean, you guys get what representative democracy is, right? These guys ain't arguing. They're debating and negotiating. They only get elected because the voters think they'll represent. And that's their job, right? They're representatives. It's up to the people we elect to find a way to compromise so things don't get crazy. I mean, you guys couldn't even agree on what to put on your daggone pizza.
What's up, homie? Dude, you know what the skate park needs? We need the half pipe, man. And the dog park, man? Dude, we don't need a dog park here. We could put a half pipe right there.
What? I love that dog park. I mean, I don't even have one, but I love seeing all those dogs running around over there.
Yeah, me and my mom walk Princess there all the time.
Princess?
Hey, dog's gotta take care of its business too, you know?
Yeah, but if you've got a dog, that's your problem. We shouldn't have to use taxpayers' money just so we can build a park where your dog can, you know.
If we didn't have dog parks in the city, there'd be dog messes all over the place.
Hello, children. Seems like we're having a little problem agreeing on where to put our doggy park.
Dude, is that your dog?
Oh, no, that's a props department. I was actually out of town when that happened. Anyway, if you guys can't agree on something as simple as where to put a dog park, how can you say it's just legislators who disagree? It's a big country, and not everybody's gonna see eye to eye. It's up to legislators through the process of debate, negotiation, and compromise who have to solve these problems for us. I mean, that's why they do what they do. For you.
So you're just saying that it's all a matter of compromise?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Welcome back to the State Budget Committee, where we've seen some great budgeting action. Now, we have two legislators up for the same $10 million. They both have to cross the finish line. Easy question, can they do it alone? Of course not. Hard question, can they do it together? Well, let's just see.
So, the best way to divide this $10 million funding bill is to acknowledge our state's serious infrastructure problem.
Well, the people in my district feel that healthcare is the bigger issue here. I mean, we need to make sure that our public health care facilities have the funding they need so that we can provide services to people who don't have insurance.
I see what you're saying, Susan, but infrastructure is something that affects us all. I mean, our ambulances are out there on our potholy roads for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This is an issue that affects all of us, the entire community.
Now, I hardly think that a few little potholes are going to stop an ambulance.
Yeah, well, guys, can we just take a moment and find a way to compromise on this?
And a surprise move by the legislator from District 7 to close out the first half. See how it turns out after these messages from our sponsor.
Conflicting opinions getting you down? Try compromise. During the drafting of the U.S. Constitution, smaller states wanted representation that was equally distributed between all states. Larger states wanted representation that was based on the population of each state. The issue loomed large over the framers. After using compromise, they created a bicameral legislature composed of two bodies, the Senate and the House of Representatives. With both groups satisfied, the framers were able to move on and finish the Constitution. So next time you're having problems with disagreement and want to make some progress, try compromise. It's delicious. Available now at your nearest state legislature.
So I think a good compromise would be to allocate $7.5 million to the Transportation Department, and we could use the other $2.5 million to boost state spending for the uninsured.
We need to be more realistic. I think we should be talking at least $3 or $4 million be allocated to our healthcare system.
Now, what if we were to say, let's allocate $3.5 million to healthcare and give $6.5 million to the Transportation Department, but request that $1 million of those funds be specifically earmarked for infrastructure that directly serves the hospital? I mean, would that be an arrangement that both of your subcommittees could live with?
I don't know if the Transportation Department is going to be thrilled about that or not, but it's close to what they were asking for.
Well, I think that any increase in healthcare funding is good, so I don't see how people could complain.
Oh, trust me, they'll find a way.
Wow, you guys really came together there. Too bad it's not really like that.
What do you mean?
Well, people are probably like yelling and screaming at each other, and I'm pretty sure they don't like agree to compromise so easily.
Yeah, I bet it actually does get pretty ugly in there.
It's probably all about the money, just like everything else.
I can't believe you guys are still so cynical.
Why not? We're in high school, man. The government doesn't care what we think. Not until we can vote anyways.
You know what? We're gonna have to do something a little crazy. I'm about to show you something. I know they're around here somewhere. I've been working on the railroad. Excuse me. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? Hi.
How'd you get in here? This is a secure area.
Well, you know, they just left a couple doors open. How you doing? Hey, what's going on?
Nothing.
You're a lawmaker here, right?
I am.
Nice. Let me ask you a question. Who are you accountable to?
Well, my constituents, my conscience, the Constitution.
As the president of the Senate, I'm accountable to everybody in the state.
Okay.
As an individual senator, I'm accountable to all those who live within my Senate district.
Everybody from the youngest of children to the oldest of seniors.
Not only am I accountable to them, but it's my responsibility to make sure that they have information about what goes on in this building.
If you're under the age of 18 and you can't vote, we're still accountable to you, and we really want to hear what you have to say.
Let's say you're talking to some teens and they say to you, we got no voice in the government. What do you say to them?
They're dead wrong.
Okay.
I would say they have a voice in government, they're just not using it.
They have a voice with every single legislator in their state, their federally elected officials, their state elected officials.
And it doesn't matter whether you can cast a vote for your opinion to matter.
You can come down here and knock on our doors.
Really?
Or you can come and testify on bills.
They tell us what they think of the laws that we're making,
Gotcha.
or propose ideas for laws of their own.
They can accost us in the halls like some other people.
Email, telephone, people even still write letters.
No.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
They can come down to a Capitol just like this. They can go into a governor's office, lieutenant governor's office, a senator's office, and say, I want to be involved.
Everybody needs to know that they've got the freedom, the ability, and the right to contact their elected officials.
So how much is compromise a part of this process called legislation?
I think it's the whole ballgame, actually.
It's the biggest part.
It's the biggest part. Ain't it kind of fighting? Ain't it kind of...
Not in public.
No.
No.
I haven't had to go to blows yet.
Good.
Sometimes you feel like doing that.
You got to decide pretty early on, do you want to prove a point or pass a law.
There are very few pieces of legislation that are perfect when you introduce them.
Just like when you were little and your parents said you've got to share, you can't have everything, that's how it is down here.
It's about making sure that people's needs are met.
What's best for the entire state, not just best for one individual, one area.
If you actually want to solve a problem, make life better for the people you represent, you've actually got to get along with the other team.
And that's the best way, I think, you come up with legislation.
Gotcha, gotcha. This is awesome. Thank you. Hey, thanks for talking to me.
No problem.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate
My
your
pleasure.
time. Thank
Have a
you
good
so
one.
much. You too. Thanks.
All right.
That's how I roll. Take care.
You know, those people seem pretty real to me. Like, I really didn't think that the people in the government would be real, you know?
Yeah, it's cool how they seem to really care about what the public actually wants. Like, they're not just pushing their own agenda.
I guess I feel a little bad about what I said before.
You see? I knew you guys would get it. It's not that complicated. You guys should be telling all your friends about this, because I think we've done a really good thing here today. I mean, people are always complaining about everything, but sometimes they forget. They forget what we got going here. This system, this representative democracy. I mean, it's a gift. It really works. It's not perfect, but it works. We all get to play a part in deciding what the world's gonna look like tomorrow. We need to remember that, because it's a big responsibility. It's a trust, a sacred trust. We need to be proud of that. We need to defend that. And most of all, we need to participate in that.
That was heavy, man.
Yeah, and these mashed potatoes are heavy. Now you need to get to stepping. You holding up the line. Next.
And now for my next number, I'd like to return to the classics.